Well, good morning. Trucker Todd here. Time for another impromptu video. Um, this video is kind of more for guys that are just starting. No matter what company you work at, you're going to have days like this. They're never good and you're never going to be excited about them. But it's just the nature of the beast, part of what you have to deal with. So I left Lubbock, ran my tail off, got out here to Modesto, California, and went to the place to deliver. It was a broker load. This wasn't a Roadrunner load. So this isn't anything negative on Roadrunner. I got there, and it was roughly an 11-hour wait to get unloaded, which is ridiculous. We could debate what a reasonable amount of time is. I think it depends on the product and how it's loaded. But I think we can all agree that 11 hours to get unloaded is way too long. I'm not going to say the company it was, but let's just say it's a large snack food company. If I said the name, everybody would know who it is. And so that obviously put me behind on my next two loads. I was supposed to go up to right outside of San Francisco, pick up a Roadrunner load, run it down to Miraloma, and then grab a Miraloma load going to Chicago. Well, sitting for 11 hours has definitely put both of those behind. I think I still have them at this point, but I'm going to have to work extra hard the next 4 or 5 days to make up for this time lost. And so, anyway, I get up here to this San Francisco terminal and find out the load that was supposed to go to Miraloma actually goes to Commerce, which is 50 miles away or so, right next door to Los Angeles. I mean, right there at Los Angeles. I know what some people are saying. Well, it's, hang on a second. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. Well, sorry about that, by the way. It was a phone call. Some of you are thinking, well, Southern California, Southern California. The big deal is that interruption we just had was road service saying they're about 2 hours out. When you factor that in and then the 7 hours or so down to that area, you start running into 5 o'clock traffic, people getting off work. So Miraloma is over by Ontario, which that in of itself, there's some traffic over there, but nothing like downtown LA is. So I wasn't real happy about that. And but let me get back to this terminal right outside of San Francisco, because there's more going on there too. Better yet, let me just show you. Now, there's no way to know if this driver did this on purpose or not. I'm going to assume it's innocent. But check this out. Flat tire. You can even see it bulging out. It's not super obvious, but see how it shakes when I kick it. Now, inevitably, this stuff's going to happen. The tire's not blown out. The driver could have easily picked up a nail or something along the way, and it could have bled down over time. I've seen valve stems start leaking, so I'm in no way saying that this is the previous driver's fault. As I said, this video is more for new drivers, but I just want to reiterate to everybody the importance of pre-tripping and post-tripping both your truck and trailer for this reason, for lights and tires and things like that, because this little setback doesn't hurt the driver that drops the trailer, but it's going to hurt me for the next 5 or 6 days. I'm going to have to really work extra hard and manage my time very well to make up for this deal. And so while it doesn't affect him now, I firmly believe you reap what you sow, and when you leave another driver in a bad position, either intentionally or unintentionally, one day that driver will be you and somebody will leave you in a bad spot. So this kind of goes to the snack food place I was at too. Think of others besides just yourself. Let's all be a little more courteous. Let's all check our equipment as good as we can. Like I said, this may not have been his fault, but had he caught it, he could have still went on with his load. He could have called breakdown. They could have had somebody fix it while the trailer was sitting here at the yard. And then when I got here, it'd have been ready to go. He may not have known, like I said. So I'm not upset. This is more of an educational deal and a reminder deal to you guys out there. Let's take care of each other. When I started driving, if you broke down on the side of the road, or even in a truck stop, if you had a dead battery on your truck, this is way before APUs, you have 3 or 4 guys over there volunteering to help you. And those days are gone. Everybody, and we can blame ELDs. There's a lot of reasons for it. We can blame cell phones. But people aren't looking out for each other like they used to. And I'd like to see a return to that. And I may be preaching in the wind. It may never happen, but if just a few of us would start pre-tripping and post-tripping a little bit better, think of what a better place it'd be for all of us. So I'm going to wrap this one up. If you hadn't liked and subscribed yet, make sure you do that. Click that bell so that when I put out another video, you'll see it. I'm getting ready to do the one about my experience renting this truck from Penske while mine is broke down in the shop. And then later on, I'm going to do a Freightliner versus International side-by-side comparison. I want to drive this truck a little more before I formulate a final opinion, but I want to get that in there. And then I want to talk about how Roadrunner's been during this whole experience too. So thank you for joining me. Stay with me, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye-bye.